Shalom, everybody. Happy Hanukkah. It's the first night of Hanukkah tonight, and the candle lighting will happen very soon, right after the sun sets. So I wanted to talk just for a moment about Parshat Vayeshev, because I actually didn't make the video yesterday or the day before like I usually do on Shabbat. I missed synagogue this weekend, and I missed Torah study, but I wanted to still be able to share a little something with you about it. So I did the reading on my own, and this is the story of Yosef, who is loved by his father the most out of all of his brothers. And all of his brothers represent different qualities of bestowal, and he is the final one, and he is a combination of all of those qualities, making him kind of neutral. He is the bridge to bring bestowal and receptivity together in this realm. And so he talks about some prophetic dreams that he has about that he will soon be a leader, that he will soon rule over all of his brothers. And they don't like to hear this because he's already a favorite of his father's. And now when he tells of these dreams in his excitement, like, hey, you're going to bow down to me. Of course they don't want to hear that because they're already bitter and they are already jealous. But he's excited. And long story short, he goes through some really big troubles because of this. He is attacked by his very own brothers, and then he is sold into slavery in Egypt. And ultimately, he is put into a prison. And while he's in the prison, I think this is the most important part, that's why I'm skipping ahead. While he's in the prison, in the darkness down below the ground, this is when he comes to the light. It's when he's held captive down there, and he's in the darkness, which represents the subconscious and the inner realm, right? Going within, self-reflection, and going deep into the subconscious of self. When he's in that space, then he receives the light, then he receives the truth. And he recognizes and he realizes that the fighting is not worth it, and that it's important to be humble. It's important to cultivate humility. And sometimes it's better to not share your visions or your dreams. There's always a time and a place. And he learns, here's the most important part, in my opinion, he learns that there is nothing more important than love. That love is the greatest thing there is, and it's the reason why we're here, is to just be that love that we are, and to share that love, and to experience that in this life. So that's for me, that was the summarizing points of this parsha, and I can definitely see how this relates to my own life, and I have had many conversations this week with people that I love, and just acquaintances passing by, and I really feel like this is the point. I shared a Terence McKenna quote the other day where in his final interview, he says that he gets it now, that nothing else matters, that love is the most important thing that exists. And so many people loved that picture, and they shared it, and they shared it, and they shared it, and they copied it, and they pasted it, and everybody was just like so moved by this simple quote by Terence McKenna, that in the end, nothing else matters as much as love. And so I extracted that as the main point and the summary for Parshat Vayeshev for this past Shabbat. And I would love to hear how that relates to you in your life right now, and when was a time in your life that you had this realization of, wow, you know what, after all of this drama or after all of this heartache or struggle, I realized that it was always about love, that love is the most important thing and always will be the most important thing. When was that moment for you? And do you think it's true? Do you still think it's true in this moment here now? And when we pass, when we cross over, whatever that means to you, what do you think you'll be thinking of? Because I know that love is all there is, and that is the most important thing. And it's so important to remember that. Just like the king is the mature aspect of each of the suits in the tarot. The king is like the master. He's ready to delegate. He's ready to take action. He plans. And he does so maturely. in an empowered way. But we don't get to the point of being king without first being the queen. We have to master our emotions and our heart and our feminine aspect of the heart so that we can become the best king. But if we just try to jump to the crown and try to wear the crown without remembering the heart, the goal, what it's all for, then we end up fighting a war with no intention. And that's a very scary thing. So in the end, nothing matters as much as love, which is our source. And a fun little fact that I will end this video off with, I've said it before in my videos about Torah, but the first letter in the Torah in Genesis is a B or V. It's a bet or vet. Okay, so it's that's the very first letter. And the last letter of the Torah is a lamed. The last letter is a lamed. Well, the word for heart in Hebrew is lev or leb. So the lamed and the bet, leb, make a heart. So when we end the Torah, we're actually beginning all over again. So as soon as we end, we begin again. And that connection, that bridge, makes lev, the heart. So it's all about love. And I love this Torah portion for bringing that message to the forefront of our vision just in time for Hanukkah so that we can celebrate in remembrance of the great miracle that happened, the lasting of the oil. But what is it all about? What is it all about? Every parsha, every story, every life, it's all about love. I'm really excited to see what you guys all have planned for your holiday celebrations this month. Whatever you're celebrating, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating, happy holy days, happy holy times, happy holy moments together with you and all those that you love. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Many blessings. And I'm going to be lighting the menorah soon, so I'll be sure to go live so that you guys can light the menorah with us. Much love.